This video will be about getting this car ready for cruising season. It didn't really get much love in the last few years in the way of maintenance. I did do an oil change on it, I think in the fall. So the oil's fine, but the rear diff cover is leaking. I'll explain why. So we'll do a reseal and fluid service of the diff. The transmission was brand new when I did the swap, and it's got about 5.5, maybe 6,000 miles on it. So we'll do a fluid service. It's the original fluid, so I have no idea what it looks like. Hopefully it's not full of metal. And then eventually I'm gonna be doing a water pump on this car, which I'll explain in a little bit. So just kind of getting ready to do that. All right, got it up on the stands, mostly level. I can level it out a little bit more. All right, so here we are at the back. And let's see, it's the stock 10 bolt. It's the stock gearing, which is 3.36. But I don't know, maybe actually 7 or 8 years ago, I put an Eaton limited slip diff in it. And I haven't been in there since. But this cover is leaking, as you can see. It's very annoying. And I believe it's leaking from right there. Even if it isn't, I'm gonna pull that cover off and then thread seal that little drain port, and we'll, gasket it up and fill her back up. Also, just worth noting, the exterior of this car is filthy, but I did do a pretty thorough interior deep clean just for fun. So there's that. I do still need to put a headliner in it, so don't look up there too much. All right, pulling the drain plug out here, and let's see how our level was. Okay, might have been a little full. Yeesh, well that's on me, because I had added some fluid to it, and I guess I might have put too much in. Nice and clean looking though, where's the camera? Anyway, as you can see, that is where it just continues to leak from. So, let's get that thing pulled. All right, let's see. You all know what this is gonna look like, but it's still fun to film. Ew, well, that's darker and grosser. Let's see. Yeah, I suppose that is magnetic, huh? Definitely picked up some junk. I'll wipe this thing clean. Yikes. Well, I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't usually do diffs that have a magnetic drain plug, or a drain plug at all. So, I mean, I do kind of beat the hell out of the thing, so if that's anything, it's probably ring gear. And it is the stock 10 bolt, so who knows? Maybe the diff will blow at some point, and honestly, when it does, that'll be fine. I'll put a 12 bolt or a 9-inch in it or something crazy, something like that. Well, let me get this cleaned up and we'll see how we look. Let's see. Oh, the bolts are out. Oh yeah, she's on there. Ooh. Or are we making a mess? Wow, that really drained out a lot of that fluid. I'm very surprised. Oh, and of course, it's gonna sit right there. Oh, I've gotten myself into it now. All right, there's our diff. It doesn't look terrible. Looks decent, at least. I don't see any big broken teeth or anything like that. Obviously, it's a little grimy, so we'll give it let it just drain for a bit. All right, we're on our transmission. I'm taking a break on dealing with the diff project. I'll explain why. Fill plug. Oh, we got nothing. Take a quick little look in there. Oh, there's fluid. Okay, where's my rag? All right, we got fluid in there. I wish it had a little come out, but that's okay. How are we lined up with our bucket? Pretty good. All right, let's see what comes out of here. Are we looking good on the bucket? Yeah, we are, okay. Oh, damn it, that went everywhere. That was a grotesque oversight on my part. Well, that's how you know this is about as authentic as it gets. Oh, not horrifyingly dirty. Ugh. Damn it, I was doing so well. I was thinking that was gonna be as thick as gear oil. That's why I had the pan directly under and not super far away like engine oil. So that was my own naivete. And I think, I think it looks pretty clean, so we'll let it do its thing here. All right, I got 1 quart in, 1 to go, or 2 to go. Amsoil Synchro Mesh for TKO 600. This is always kind of a pain. The pump is cheap and all that stuff, but so far it's working okay. So just gonna pump away here. All right, working on wrapping the diff up. I blasted it out with brake clean because it was a little grungy. Obviously I'll get oil in there pretty quickly so nothing gets, rusty. All right, got the diff cover pretty clean. This is the drain plug. I don't know if that's a fill plug or what, but both of those are sealed with some thread sealer. And then once I have these on the main caps, I'll throw a little sealer on those before I put the nuts on. So that way, hopefully this whole thing is very, very well sealed. All right, we got our trans all buttoned up and cleaned, the mess being dealt with. And now we're just wrapping up the diff. Gonna fill it up. Covers on and RTV'd. We got our Amsoil Severe Gear 75W. And I think I've got some limited slip diff stuff too, just to be safe. And then we're gonna call it a night. All right, we should be all filled up. Just one last little look. And there you have it, all good to go. All right, I forgot to start recording a video on what's going on here, but basically, I've had a hard time getting this engine to run cool at low speeds or at idle. I've put a bunch of different thermostats in it. I have some fancy high flow, one in it now. I looked at the part number, it's probably a 180. One of these fancy ones with bypass holes. This had been the fan trigger, so I'm gonna move that. This had been blocked, so I'm gonna run the bypass, thinking that might help. Who knows? Probably reuse that thermostat. It was installed correctly. But my biggest thought is that this water pump is moving too much water to cool this thing down. And I know that sounds crazy, but there's a lot of posts and theories that those high flow, high volume water pumps move too much water for the cooling to be effective. And this is one of those fancy high flow, high volume water pumps. So I got a regular iron one that's currently getting painted over there. It's very cold, so I'm helping the paint cure. Who knows if that'll work. And I'm gonna put on a standard volume water pump and hope my big radiator, double fans, etc., and good thermostat with bypass valve, maybe that's the magic. All right, update like an hour later. Kind of got this cleaned up, these cleaned up. Haven't found exactly where I'm gonna put that yet. Over here, there's the old water pump. There's the new one all painted, getting ready to put the hardware on it. And I don't know, if this doesn't look too stupid, maybe I'll run the fan switch off that guy right there, but we'll see. So working on it. All right, so here's where I'm wrapping it up for the night. New water pump is in. This is a problem. This little guy is smaller than this, so the hose doesn't work. So should have caught that, but I didn't. So tomorrow I may just go to auto parts stores and try to find another one of these and just do it the regular way. This went back in the same location. I pulled these out, cleaned them, resealed them. This was here, and now it's here. I don't like this location at all. There's a plug at the back of the intake on both sides, but I could not get either of them out, so that's where it's going. I think that's really it. So yeah, so I'll get some coolant tomorrow, a cap, try to find one of those fittings, and hopefully we're good to go here. All right, sort of have a temporary solution going on here. It's not great. We'll see if it helps. Nice and full here. You can't see, but nice and full in there. Next thing will be to run it and see what happens. Pressure tested it and held 15 pounds perfectly. No leaks. Well, I've had it idling here for probably 10 minutes. That's just some water. I spilled coolant all over it, so that's some water I poured on it to rinse it off. And for the first time, it's gone up to 190, which is when the fans come on. The fans came on, ran for about 5 minutes, and then actually shut off. Hopefully that's a good sign. In the past, once the fans come on, they do not shut off because the engine has such a hard time keeping cool. So I guess I'm gonna try to take it for a short drive just to kind of see how it acts. But so far it's keeping right around 180. All right, just did a little shakedown run. Drove the thing pretty hard after, maybe 15 minutes of slow cruising. And it stayed cool. It never went over 190. The fans came on, the fans went off. And that's pretty exciting. So something about this, I think, is working. Hopefully it's the theory that the water pump moves too much water, the old one, to be effective, but I don't know. So far it's pretty good. So I'm gonna park it inside and monitor for leaks, check the level in the next couple days, and kind of see what we think. And that's a wrap for today, and maybe on the video. So thanks everyone for watching. Here's just a little walk around clip now.